And yeah, maybe if we need to share screen at some point, we can have someone else share. Okay, so let's get crack-a-lackin'. Oh, you guys are all so cute. You just shut your cameras off. Everyone here's so nice to me. Okay.
We did it to save bandwidth for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks. Okay, cool. Let's get started with intentions and distractions. My intentions for the call are to just check in. Well, I really want to spend the time on Give Power, of course. I want to check in on the staking, unstaking stuff, and then also kind of get started and so on the boosting side, so that we can actually start moving forward with that. And then there's a few other things on the agenda that are also part of my intentions. And yeah, I'm not distracted, but the internet going in and out might be distracting. And I'll should I pass it to you? Do you want to? I'll pass it to Griff, who's right next to me.
Yep. Yeah, I'm just excited to get updates on Give Power and be able to support on anything else that comes my way. I'll be distracted, of course, working on other things, but very excited about this call and good updates. And very excited to see some of you guys in Barcelona. That'll be really fun. I'll pass it to Jesse.
Jesse, can you hear us, or maybe you can't hear me? Maybe we can pass it to Amin.
Hello.
Oh. Okay.
Oh.
Great. Yeah.
Hello. Yeah, my intention is, thank you. My intention is to talk about what we want to implement in our short time. I have almost 1 day, and people are flying, are traveling. Zurich is working only, and what we can do for GIVeconomy in this short time till East Barcelona and my vacation. And I'd like to show you I and Zurich and Matthew would like to show you the demo of what we have already, but unfortunately, suddenly, subgraph doesn't work. That's it. My intention was that, and another distraction. I wasn't here for a moment. I don't know who left. Kotabe, have you gone? Everyone is mute.
Yeah, yes. I'm here. Sorry. Yes, I'm here. I haven't gone. Thank you. My intention is, to be mostly here in the background, keep getting synced and updated with the development of Give Power and distractions. I will be working a bit on the background. Another intention is to give the update for Pigeon Farms, and that's it. I'll pass it to Sherp.
Thank you, Kotabe. Hello, guys. Good morning. My intention for the call is show what implemented the front end, but as Amin mentioned, unfortunately the subgraph is down. I don't know why. Also, I'm here to know how can I help. And about my distraction, I couldn't sleep well last night, and I'm tired and sleepy now. Yeah, I pass it to Jake.
Thank you. Good morning. Yeah, intentions for me is just to be a fly on the wall back here listening in. Excited to hear more about Give Power. Distractions. I just had my Georgian language lesson, so trying to separate English from Georgian basically on the call. and I will pass it to Monique.
Hey everybody. My intention for this call is just to listen and be in the loop. And I'm a little bit distracted by the family. And I passed it back to you, Lauren.
Awesome. Let's pass it to Mo.
Sorry.
Sorry? What's happened? You pass it to me or Lauren?
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Okay, so I'm here to just stay in the loop and see what's going on here. And yeah, that's it. Is it normal that all of the everyone's video is off, or it's just me?
No, everyone's video is off. My internet is really
okay. It was a little bit awkward. Oh, okay, got it. Okay. So am I the last one?
Santi.
Okay.
Thank you. My intention is just to jump in for the first time and get to see what you guys are working on and better understand it. And distractions, I have COVID and a little bit of fever, so I am not sure I'm gonna be able to for all the meeting. Thank you. Back to you.
Okay, great. Thanks everyone. Santi, I hope you feel better. Okay, cool. Let's talk about Give Power. So I was talking with Amin, and yeah, so I mean I'm interested in seeing the demo and also just like checking in on like where we're at with the front end. If there's any questions about the design, and like just I guess just to update everybody, like from my perspective, I think all the contract work is done, and then also we built that service to unlock the tokens that are unlock at the time that they need to be unlocked. But yeah, maybe I'll pass it to Amin or Cherik, whoever wants to kind of give an update on where we're at with the staking unlocking.
Yeah, Cherik, can you give update, because I find the issue for the subgraph and I'm trying to fix it.
Yeah, sure. I mean, implemented the contract and subgraph. Also, in the front end, we can lock our tokens now and see the lock up detail tables, and they are working. Also, all the numbers of lock models are, I think, correct. Maybe needs to Lauren check it. And yeah, I hope we can have a MVP for I think next week. And yeah, that's my update. I don't know. I mean, do you want to add something?
Is there a preview link that like we can take a look at?
Unfortunately, the subgraph is not working. No. Yeah, and also my PR doesn't merge yet. But after all, I think it's okay. I can send the preview link to you. GivePower.vercel.app, yeah.
Yeah, sounds good. Maybe you can send it in the chat, the GIVeconomy chat. And so, but you said the staking and unstaking, all of that is done.
Locking.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And you looked at the recent Figma, right? Because Mo cleaned it up late last week.
Yeah. I implemented new design.
Great.
To make it short, Cherik said everything. To restate that the Give Power is implemented. The current garden is upgraded to current garden unipool is upgraded to have Give Power functionalities. the unlock bot is working. So when you lock a token, when it's unlockable, it will be unlocked automatically, and the subgraph works and have everything which are needed. Just I found that the issue. I'm working on this. I can fix it during the call. It's not a big deal. And during that moment, and if you need anything else, I'm here. Otherwise, we can talk about other agenda. About the Figma also, we have lots of changes. Technically, I don't see any blocker because for my side, because technically everything can be implemented and nothing has been changed regarding the logical data flow and data structure and database and contract. Everything is the same. It just the changes are just for front-end developer mostly to redesign based on change the components, the flow. The only thing that I can complain is that as a user, as a simple user, not a developer tool, I think we have lost many information. Many things that can be shown as the important number in the dashboard, but they are hidden or they can be reached very hardly. For instance, the history of lock tokens. User can see them only in a model that is accessible if that can be accessed by a button in unstake model. So if you like to know that on a stake, you can see that what's the history of lock token and the APR details, and I don't know. I don't want to talk about that too much here, but I think we can revise it later if needed. After that, I think we have the MVP ready for locking and getting APR, just not project boosting.
Yeah. I thought we had two places where you could access that same modal. Mo, do you remember? Or we took it out from... I remember we took off a lot of information from the front card. But did you understand what Amin was saying?
Yeah, totally. And I actually agree with what Amin's saying. But the problem is that the reason that we put it inside that unstake model was just to keep the action on the first card to be there is a lot of thing happening in the first card, and we couldn't actually add another action to the pile of action that's happening there. I totally agree with you, but I think maybe we can just continue this way and revise it later. But because we need more time to think about a more smarter solution, not just doing something rapid right now. That's what I'm thinking. But I totally agree that that's a little bit maybe unreachable for most of the user. But also, I think that's something that as a user, you don't want to check every time. And maybe the path it's a little bit long, but also it's not something that you happen to check every time you're going to see there. You just that's what I'm thinking. What do you think, Lauren?
Yeah, I agree with you. I remember we were talking about it, and that was kind of the conclusion. I guess then my question is, for the average APR, like Griff was asking to have the average APR shown somewhere, and I don't know if we put the average APR like somewhere on the front card, maybe this would be an option where you could like click the average APR and it would like expand out and show you all your APRs for the specific sets.
Specifically your average APR, not the average APR.
Yeah, your average APR. Did you already put that in, Mo, the average APR?
No. No, not yet.
Griff, do you think that, so right now there's a range of APRs that shows you the max and the minimum. Do you think that when the user has something staked, it should be replaced with the average APR? It would keep the card more simple.
Well, no, but the card shows the APR percent for anyone who stakes, right? Like if you stake new Give token, you get from this range to that range.
Yeah.
So not the average APR that you're getting. I mean, you want to replace it?
I don't know. Like if the user has something staked, maybe it doesn't show the range. It only shows them their own average.
Yeah, that might be cool.
I mean,
better? That's what they want. That's what they want to know.
Yeah, right. Maybe it can be like that, Mo. Does that make sense? And then it doesn't change much anything.
We need a tooltip.
Yeah.
That says the range.
Yeah, that'd be easy.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
Excuse me, can I ask something?
Yeah.
About the Give Power card, we decided it's bigger than other cards, and we have a shadow border on it. Is it the final?
Yeah. That was the final idea. The point being that it's like we want people to go to that card the most, so it's kind of like the featured pool, and it's like also a little bit bigger because it has one extra button.
Yeah. Okay. And also, I have another question. Consider that around the ocean is too big, and after 1 week, user want to lock token. So if he lock his tokens between the round start, for example, after 1 week. And should we show the rounds somewhere that user can know when it starts and when it's down?
I think. Oh, you mean like when they're locking?
Yeah.
Doesn't it already say that? Like, it at least says it in the second modal. Like, yeah, lock or. I don't know.
Actually, when you tap on lock to increase your multiplier, we show a message to user you're locking this amount of token until then. Let's just show them.
But we don't mention the start time. It's maybe from 1 week later, yeah? Or maybe 13 days later.
It would be like, so if the user's locking halfway through a round, they would actually, if they selected one round, they would be locking for like 1 round and a half, because it needs to be 1 full round plus whatever's remaining from the current round. Does that make sense?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, and if you guys want, if we want to add in the date, like on before you like click to the next modal, we could have it just somewhere small, like at the top. Like 1 round is until April whatever, 2 rounds is until whatever. What do you think, Mo?
Sorry, I was a little bit distracted. Can you repeat again?
I'm just saying maybe it would be useful for the user when they're like using the round slider, selecting the number of rounds using the slider, if there was somewhere small like at the top that said like you would be locking until this date. And then so it's like, when they change the round to a different number.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, Cherik, does that make sense? That's also more helpful. Do you think that would be better?
Yeah, thank you.
Cool. So maybe Mo, you can just update that quickly in the Figma, and then while Cherik's working on it, he can add it in.
I try to somehow add it somewhere that we don't need to change things a lot.
Okay. Yeah. Perfect. Awesome. Okay. Cool. So it sounds like Chirik, when do you think that, I mean, I guess the main blocker is that the subgraph isn't working, so we'll see when it works, and then we can see the preview. But other than that, it's like the staking, locking, all these modals are pretty much done on the Give Farm side, right?
Staking and locking should work, yeah. And tomorrow I will implement unlocking. Yeah.
Great. Perfect. And so like also this is working like with the contracts and everything that Amin was developing, right? With this service and everything. So like we'll actually have like a working demo.
I hope, yeah.
Cool. And is it working with DRGive then?
DRGive 2, I think, yeah.
DRGive 2?
Yeah.
Uh-oh, we went backwards. I thought we were on DRGive 3.
Let me check. I mean, it's DRGive 2.
Amin, are you there?
Yeah, I was mute. Yeah, it's the DRGive 2, you know, I deployed on top of the deployment version 3. Sorry, deployment version 6. So it's uses DRGive 2, you know, we used to change the garden unipool. Why do you
It's so funny. Like, so the farms are tested with DRGive 3 and then Give Power is the rest of it with DRGive 2.
Yeah, the test is I just chose that for I just chose that for the Give Power test because for any reason if we destroy, you know, we we broke the garden unipool, the regular test won't be affected, you know. So the application.
Okay, it makes sense. It makes sense. Great. So, Jarek, do you have an estimate then of like when the unstaking? I guess you're working on it tomorrow, so maybe by the end of the week it will actually be ready to test.
I think tomorrow I can finish unstaking and maybe some UI things remain for the next week. I think in Sunday I can finish them. The GIVeconomy site, not.
That's perfect. And then maybe, yeah, I mean, well, honestly, I'm going to be traveling Friday, Saturday, and I'm probably the person who will test. So, like, if it can be ready by Monday and I can test it on Monday, then that would.
I hope. Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome.
Sorry guys to interrupt. I sent a screenshot on the chat here. On the bottom of the slider for locking, we have two pieces of information: minimum 0 round and maximum 26 round. And I was just thinking, maybe we can actually do two different things. One is just completely remove the minimum 0 round and changing the maximum 26 round to the to the time that the token are going to be locked onto them, or when user first see this model and they didn't interact with the slider, we just show the minimum 0 round, maximum 26 round, and the moment that the user that the user is going to change this slider, we can just hide minimum 0 round and maximum 26 round, and then just we can show lock until April, or I mean lock until some day, or I don't know. Maybe the second version is better. I don't know. What do you think, guys?
Where did you post it, Mo? I don't see anything in the GIVeconomy channel.
No, just the chat on the this
channel,
platform one.
Yeah, platform.
One.
There is a chat icon on the top right corner.
Oh wow! I didn't even know that.
It's a new feature. Yeah.
Very cool. Yeah, I think that's good. I think the second one looks pretty good. I mean, as long as we're still showing the user that they have, yeah, I think the second screenshot looks good. I think showing the user that they're locking for a number of rounds is still important because we want to kind of like teach people about the rounds, but having that like lock until April, blah, 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 at the bottom looks great.
What do you think, Cherry?
I agree completely. It's okay. You said then change. You should show the second.
I mean, when user, sorry, just a second. Let me. I missed this thing as well. Just a second. You can see what I'm doing on Figma, right?
Let me follow you. Yeah.
Okay, so me as a user, I just, for example, I tapped on the 50%, but I still didn't drag this slider yet. It's, I mean, it's in the default state, just at the beginning. And the moment that I start to drag this slider, you can fade out these two pieces of information, and then you can just show the date that I mean the date can be actually interactive when you slide left or right. You can just show the exact date that the token are going to be locked until then. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got it. Thank you.
Okay. Is it okay?
I should check, but I think it's okay, and we can implement it easily. Yeah.
Okay.
Sweet. Great. Okay, awesome. So then my next question is, I guess, Griff, I want your attention on this too. So once we test this, I mean, we could theoretically launch just the staking of Give Power, the staking and locking without having boosting ready. Should we still go ahead with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why
Cool.
not?
Cool. I mean, are there
As long
any
as-
blockers or any blockers to launching this as like its own product?
I mean, as long as there's no uncertainties about how boosting is going to work with that would interact with the locking.
Yeah, exactly. What do you think, Amin?
Oh, what did you ask? Can you ask again? I was working on the make the subgraph work.
No worries. So the idea is that we could launch just this staking, locking, unstaking part in the Give farm of Give Power on its own, even before we're done setting up the boosting. So it's like we could like launch this now so people can start using it in the farms, just locking their Give tokens. But the question is really like, we only want to do that if it's like, if we're certain that like we're not going to need to change anything about the staking once we make boosting work, right? Because if we have everybody's tokens locked and stuff, then yeah, I mean, we can't change that later, you know?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah. Yeah, okay, that's great. We can launch it, and it's a good idea before that, and people can understand how to work with this, and then test it separately, and then go for product boosting. I agree.
Yeah, and you don't think that anything will change about like the way that Give Powers, I mean, we're going to have Give Powers, like some ERC20 that you get when you lock tokens, and then that's all we need from the Give farm side that bridges over to the boosting side, right?
I didn't get, can you tell it again? What?
I'm just like trying to, I'm trying to ask the question of like, what are the things from the staking and locking side that affect the boosting side, and would any of them change?
Technically, I suppose that the power is your balance, is a balance as like a token, and you can work with it. So, and currently we have that balance already. The balance is what we are working with. It's your garden balance. It's your balance and garden.
Yeah.
So I don't think that these two are so blocking each other. And as I said, you have a number that can play with it, and that number is already there.
Okay. Perfect. Perfect. So then, great. I feel good about that. And
We'll have to make a vote.
on whether or not we should release it on its own.
Well, because we'll end single-sided staking, right?
Yeah.
In favor of this, and so it'll be like a.
Yeah, we need to determine also how much give tokens we allocate towards it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then, what are we gonna do with the mainnet single-sided staking? Are we gonna just like allow it, have it be the same card and have it bridge?
That's a good question. That's what we were planning to do originally. I mean, have you, thought about that in the design at all, or in the contracts at all?
Staking from mainnet?
Yeah.
Oh, nope. We one solution is to implement the same thing on a mainnet, and in parallel, and it will be easier to bridging. I have not think about it too much. I have not put that, but no, I have not think about it at all.
Okay. Maybe you could talk to Sam about it and think about it a little bit, because he was working on that before, and we were talking about it with him before.
I mean, I think there's some really complicated ways to do it that would be really fun, right? I don't think we need to do the complicated way. I think we can just have the card there. My big question is like, will we be able to show the APRs on mainnet? Because like, won't we have trouble? Won't it require an XDAI connection?
And the values are all saved in subgraph. If you design it, we can show them even on mainnet when users on mainnet. Is this what you want?
Even when the user's on mainnet, we can show the XDAI APRs.
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
Okay, that's great. That's fantastic. If that's possible, then I would say we just copy the card, and then when they want to stake or whatever, then they have to bridge, and that we just send them to the bridge. Or, I mean, man, it'd be really nice if we could just make the bridge transaction happen and move them to XDAI, not even let them navigate away. But we can even just send them to the bridge and have them bridge the token.
Yeah. Is it possible just to have make a transaction that they bridge it and they don't have to go away? I feel like yeah, like, is it possible for them to just go to click to stake, and then it triggers a transaction which is trying to bridge their GIVE tokens from mainnet to Gnosis chain?
You mean they'll do all the stuff in one transaction? I don't think so. They should manually transfer tokens to XDAI.
Well, like if we make our button basically call the smart contract in the bridge, and then it just moves their tokens to XDAI, and we keep them in our UI.
The Omni bridge, you mean?
Yeah, the Omni bridge.
I should investigate. I don't know whether it's a simple smart contract call or not. I should check to see how they are working, which transaction they prepare.
I mean, it's definitely an approve and then a call.
Yeah. I don't know whether they transfer any data. I don't know. Maybe some additional data. I don't know. I should investigate. I cannot tell for sure.
Okay.
Okay, if you can look into it, that would be awesome today or tomorrow.
And now we have to just actually do the parameterization around how much give we lock behind this.
Yeah, but we can talk about it in the research call.
Yeah.
Yep. Great. Okay. Man, I really need to stop picking my nose. Okay. So then I think for the boosting side, we can still have a call in like a half hour after this one ends and go over like the designs and stuff and just kind of like check feasibility, because then maybe you could get started on working on the boosting contracts and hashing that stuff out.
Boosting doesn't have any contract. In our last, we decided to handle everything on the back end.
Okay.
Yeah. So we should in the back end keep track of how many each person has allocated to each project. And I have some ideas about on the UI that we'll discuss with you. Yeah, don't want to take time here.
Okay.
Take time with this call. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think we can spend the time together when we have our call in a little bit on that. Unless there's anything else that like related to boosting that we need to talk about with everyone.
Not yet.
Okay, cool. Well, there are a few other things on the agenda I did want to check in on then. One is the Give farm. So I noticed that the honey give is archived and the rewards are running fine and everything. I just like had a question about what happened with the @launch APR, and is there like some way we can prevent that from happening in the future?
Yeah, it was a human mistake. I prepared everything, but forgot a little thing. That hopefully Mohammed was up. I in a call we resolved it and run the script again manually to work. Yeah, it was my mistake. I thought everything is prepared, but sorry, I totally forgot it. I forgot to keep my laptop with myself. So yeah, as soon as we noticed, we could fix it. It wasn't a big problem, but a misconfiguration in configuring the bot. The part that was related to running the extend bot was commented out because I thought I was afraid that it may cause a problem sooner. So I left it for sometime near the launch to uncomment it, but I forgot it. So yeah, hopefully Mohammed was there and we could fix it soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. No worries.
Everything should be reviewed by multiple persons. You.
Is Javi like our new QA person?
Who's the new QA person?
Jivan?
Jivan.
I think they should be one of the people who check everything before deployments, right?
Maybe they
should. The role assigning, we should assign every role. Someone should review, and Griff is right. Every issue we could, if we set up this, I do that. I set up the extent. Someone should review all the process, and you're right.
Sorry, guys, to interrupt. We have Carlos right now. Carlos said that he's going to work on subgraph with Metal, and for information, I asked him to join.
Hello, guys.
Hello, guys.
Hello, Carlos.
Well, I came late in late, so not sure what was being talked, but I was gonna say relating to the graph that we're trying to get Give farms to be listed on the Fiyama, and we have a similar structure to Uniswap in terms of the subgraph. and they have like an adapter in the Fijama that we can use kind of like to base ourselves off. And following their example, we can use our subgraphs to write the adapters. So Mateo and me are looking at all the values, and I think it's doable to do it per farm.
Yeah. I mean, I have a question. Do you know if we have a query on the subgraph that give us every unique input that we already have, or we have to make them like static in the code? Every I mean address of the pool.
So you're cutting in and out. What did you say? Can you ask again?
We have a subgraph query that give us every Uniswap pool that we use, because I know that in the front end we have a large object that we use for development and production. So I wanted to ask if we can have it in the subgraph, or we just write it statically, hard-coded in there.
We have a list of unis. We have used of. You're just talking about Uniswap pairs, right? The
Yeah.
LP tokens, right?
Yeah.
No, we don't have it in subgraph, unfortunately. We have in the config, but we don't have it. But in the future design, we will have. But it doesn't constantly say what you cannot rely on that for explicitly having all the farms and nothing extra, no address, no extra value. So I mean, maybe there are some tokens that are not paired and they are there. So if you like to know which pairs which pairs we use, you can rely on our Notion doc that they have prepared, that for every LP we have an address and the name of for instance, we have HoneySwap, Honey, Give, LP, and HoneySwap, or we have ETH, Give, and SushiSwap, or ETH, Give, and Balancer. I can send a link to Notion to you, so I have documented all of them for future need.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Sorry, guys, I was thinking that it relates to the subgraph of give power. I totally made a mistake because Amin said that he assigned something to Mateo for the subgraph. I was thinking that it was related to this, and because of that, I asked you to join. Sorry.
All good. Well, yeah, that's our status with that. We're writing the file and we'll be testing soon, I guess.
Yeah, we're a little short of time because we're having a plane during the afternoon, but if we are able to have it ready as soon as possible, we'll show you.
Back to you, or Mo.
Cool. Okay, cool. Funny. Awesome. Okay, wait. Is there anything else on that, or can we move on back to the Give farm? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All good from my side. Nothing more.
Okay, great, cool. So then for the Give farm extension, the only other things I just wanted to make sure that we did in fact send the tokens from the liquidity mining multisig to the token distro. We did that, right? I mean,
I haven't seen any multisig, for transferring the tokens to. Mitch planned to do that, to prepare the multisig, but I don't remember exactly. I should follow up with him again.
Okay, never mind. I messaged Mitch, and Griff is gonna check too. Okay, cool. So then maybe we'll just give Kotabi a minute if you have any updates on Regen Farms outreach.
Yes,
Kotabi,
I'm here. Well, there are no new DAOs very interested in starting their region farm right now. But I've been working on a strategy framework to target, meet, and engage champions of DAOs that can be interested in it. And I will take advantage of this new Discord feature and just share the GitHub issue in case someone wants to check it out. I will talk about this with Lauren. We have a call in the next, well, once we finish this. And then there is a pending conversation with Anthony from Aragorn and John from the Refi DAOist and Toucan Protocol. Maybe some DAOs that get spun up from those projects can use region farms, but that's the update so far.
Okay, cool. So we didn't get any more like type form submissions or anything, right?
No, like we got a few couple of weeks ago, but they were not a good fit mostly. The one that was a good fit was not responsive, and I reached out through email and Telegram and Discord.
Okay. All right, cool. Maybe we can just. Does anyone in the call have any ideas of DAOs that would be good to reach out to for regen farms? Like maybe we can do some targeted outreach.
Gitcoin.
Gitcoin.
Trying to think.
Badger?
We really need new projects. Like, are there any more recent projects?
Fort. Yeah, Fort.
They did an airdrop.
That's a good one. There's Kotabe. There's a project called Fort. They recently did an airdrop that might be a good one to reach out to because they probably don't have too much liquidity for their token. I will send you the link to their airdrop, and maybe you could try to get in touch with these guys.
Yeah.
And also, everyone should check for this airdrop because they probably got it.
It's true. Or I guess I'll put it in the GIVeconomy channel. So if anybody here also wants to just check it.
There is some stream.
Cool.
There's also a transaction in the liquidity multi.
Okay. That was executed?
No, it needs to be executed. So we have to send money from liquidity multisig on mainnet to XDAI.
Yeah.
And then XDAI.
And then distribute it? Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I found the bug. What's the issue that subgraph is? Yeah, no. Subgraph is broken. Mato has found the bug simultaneously, unintentionally he found the bug, he has locked his token for 10 power 18 rounds.
Uh-oh.
We have not put limit on the locking and the smart contract.
Uh-oh.
Number of rounds. Yeah, I mean.
I think he'll never get his tokens back at this rate. Even his grandchildren. It's over.
Oh no.
Yeah, hopefully he has like only one token, but
Maybe
it's better to find out right now than later. I should add that feature to the subgraph too. Yeah, just like for. The maximum number is should be hard coded, which can be changed later. I think we can change it later, huh?
Yeah, I think it's nice to be able to change later, but it should be 26.
Yeah, at most.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Cool. So then the only other things that are on my list are Nice Token and the Cult ETH transfer of ownership thing. I reached out to Chris again in DM, and so let's see. I mean, it seems like they don't want to have ownership of their token distro, so maybe you should just keep it. I mean,
probably don't.
Can we just keep it? Is it really a problem?
Oh, we can change it, transfer ownership to give us multi-sig. Better than be in my hand.
Okay, that sounds good. Maybe, so I'll message him and I'll be like, hey, if you know, then we're going to transfer ownership to Giveth multi-sig. At some point in the future, you can want it and we'll give it to you.
Yeah.
In the meantime, here it's in good hands. Cool. Okay, so he has one more week. And then if this is coming up again in next week's call, we'll just move it to the Giveth multi-sig. Great. Last thing is nice token, but I don't really have too much on this because I'm not keeping a close eye on it. But is there? I mean, Mitch isn't here, and I don't think Mohammed is either. Does anyone have anything on nice token development that they need support on or have questions on? All right, great. Well, then that is our show. Unless there's, is there anything else? Great.
No.
Great.
Yeah.
Cool. So you guys all get 5 minutes back in your day. Thanks so much for joining and working so hard and such a great team. I'm excited to meet many of you in a few days.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, we do.
Thanks, Lauren. Have a good day.
Thanks,
Thanks, Lauren. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, everybody. Bye.
Bye.